was introducing you a little bit that you're one of our instructor coaches, and you're heading up our CPC-H support, or our FDC, facility-based coding. So tell us a little bit about how you got into coding and what you like about CCO, etc.
Oh, well, first of all, I love CCO. I love you. But I got into coding about 20 years ago when I moved from Alaska back to the States and realized there's a big difference in pay scale. So I went to school to become a coder, and I've been going strong ever since. I love it. I like teaching. I think it's great. I like working in it. I think that's great. I think that CCO does a fantastic job of helping students to not only learn, but to learn how to take those exams. And everybody needs help on taking those exams.
And as an instructor, what is your advice for, I guess, people who are undecided as far as taking a course with us or whatever? What do you think makes us different from other places?
The videos, for one thing, because I have been involved in online classes before, and they're very dry, and I like that one-on-one. I like knowing somebody's there to talk to help get me through this. I like the simplicity of it. You know, we go in for the meat and potatoes. I don't need to have all of the other stuff. I just want to know what I need to get certified and to learn to do this field. And I think that's what we do.
That's our aim. And then if you could speak a little bit about what it's like being a coach for CCO, how that works, and why you think that's a good model, if you do.
Well, I got to tell you, at first I was like, oh, this is just going to be a piece of cake. Nobody's ever going to need me. And you know what? That's not true. That's not true. So I do still need it, and I'm glad to do that. I am glad that there's somebody, that students have that they can go, hey, you know what, I need a little one-on-one. And we do that. And I love that part. You know, when I get an email and a student says, hey, I'm having trouble with this, that, and the other, I like the fact that I can pick up the telephone and we can chit-chat and we can walk through it. And you just don't get that other places.
Well, very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And
actually, I had one question what I want to ask her, actually, if that's all right. Do you have, because I know that you teach, Tamara, and there's a lot of new people on the call tonight that are probably in my history of being on these webinars that are looking at passing their exam. Do you have any frequently asked questions that you get a lot of, or just maybe two pieces of advice that you really want to share with people to help them overcome that fear about passing their exam? What would you suggest?
The biggest thing is practice and read. I can never stress enough that you need to practice taking that exam. It's not so much trying to cram in. You know, everybody thinks you have to memorize that CPT book, and that is not going to happen. If you read and read and read and read and read guideline after guideline, you'll get familiar with it. But practicing those practice tests, to me, are just crucial. You need to practice for time. Time is your worst enemy. So I'm very adamant that my students practice.
Great advice.
And I think I missed some credentials, right?
Yeah, just a few.
we whipped this together.
Those are good ones, so we can just leave it there.
All right. But we joke a lot in CCO about, the various credentials that we can get. And I said it reminds me of when I was a Girl Scout and you had that sash and you go collect the badges. And, it's like we've got these sashes with all of our badges. So Tammy has a lot more than what I put up there, but she was graceful enough to jump in and help us out tonight because our guests we had lined up, something came up and they had to postpone till next month. So thanks, Tammy. It was really good to hear from you. And hopefully we're going to have you on as one of our question answerers. So it could be me, you, Alicia. Answerers? Answerer? I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Thanks.
And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
They're asking what state is Tamara from because she has such an accent.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think my accent comes from Louisiana, but that's where I live. I'm from North Carolina. So I hope I sound more like a North Carolinian than I do a Louisianian.
There you go, Mary. Now you know she is a Southerner. She's a fellow Southerner.
Very much.
Beautiful lady. Beautiful lady, too. I met her in person at the last AAPC conference, and she's a lovely lady. So thanks, Tammy.
You're welcome. Talk to y'all later.
Thanks.
Get more CPC exam tips, coding certification training, and CEU credits. Go to www.codingcertification.org.